Hey, do you want to know how a mom who's currently on mat leave just started her Amazon business not too long ago, and in short 6 to 7 months, she was able to scale her Amazon business to $1,000 a day in sales with her very first winning product. In this interview, I sat down with one of my students, Mary, and she's going to share her story with
Cool.
you.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tom here. We have a special guest. Her name is Mary. She's from Toronto, Canada. She's one of my students, and she's doing incredibly well right now. She launched her very first brand on Amazon a few months back, and just recently she hit $1,000 a day in sales, which is an amazing accomplishment. So, Mary, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story with everybody else.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to share my story and hopefully inspire others.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mary, why don't we backtrack? Kind of share with us a little bit about what life is like before Amazon. What were you doing? What was your occupation? Were you like entrepreneur? You had like entrepreneurial spirit, or like talk to us a little bit about that.
I didn't have entrepreneurial experience at all. I've really used to working like a 9 to 5 office job. So currently I'm on mat leave now. Um, so that is also one of the things that helped me decide to even pursue Amazon. But before mat leave, I was working in the financial industry for one of the big five banks as like a tech consultant.
Mm,
Yeah.
got it. So you went on mat leave, and I guess during mat leave, you have obviously you have more time at home, looking after the baby and so on and so forth. So is that did you kind of were you interested in doing Amazon out of boredom then, or?
No, not boredom necessarily, just like a way to provide more financially for my family in the future, I guess, but also to like invest in myself and start a business myself.
Right, right. So tell us, like, how did you come across Amazon in the first place? I assume you saw one of my ads. But
Yeah. So, actually, I think normally when I'm putting my daughter to sleep, she's one now, I'd have to like hold her, and then sometimes like I can't put her down. So I literally am nap trapped and I like hold her the whole time. And
mm,
I'm just on my phone and I'm watching YouTube and I'm just on Instagram. And so I kept seeing your ads on YouTube and I'm like, who's this guy? Like, just skip ad. Like, I want to watch what I want to watch on YouTube. But you just kept like coming up and I'm like, okay, maybe this is a sign. I'll like watch his full ad, see what he's about. And then yeah, like ever since then, like it really interested me. So I like started watching your YouTube videos and like checking you out on Instagram, see what it's about. So that's
mhm,
how I came across you and Amazon FBA.
got it. And how long from the very first moment that you saw the ad to the day that you actually purchased the course and enrolled into the course, what was that time frame like? How, like, months or days or weeks, or how long was it?
No, it wasn't very long. I would say like maybe a couple weeks. Like I would talk to my husband and be like, "Oh, check out this thing. Like check out this guy named Tom in Amazon. Like what do you think about it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I should do it. Like do you think I should?" Like he kind of like tells you like and teaches you everything, so it doesn't seem like it'll be too hard. And he was like, "Yeah, like like if you want, you can look into it." Like he's really really supportive.
Mm,
And like I wouldn't have even enrolled in the course without his support and encouragement.
mm,
So, yeah, I guess it was just a matter of like I do have the support. I just need it in myself and like
mm,
need to have that confidence in myself to like be able to move forward.
right.
Um, but yeah, once we decided, sure, we'll try it, and yeah, never look back since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I mean, your husband is a great man for supporting you because a lot of times I think a lot of people can relate to this is that when you're trying to step out of your comfort zone, especially taking a course online or so on and so forth, the first thing they'll say, like, oh, don't do it. Like, it's a scam, it's saturated, just everything, all these things to try to protect you from actually doing it. But your husband seems to be very supportive. It's like, yeah, just go try it. And you're on mat leave anyway. So this is something for you to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was like, "Is this guy a scam?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." Like, I looked at like all his stuff. He seems legit.
Right, right, right. Fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
yeah, still very supportive. Yeah,
Okay. He
it's
doesn't
just
he
a
doesn't think it's a scam now, does he?
no. No, now he's like, yeah, no, he's like my number one encourager. It's just like me. I'm always like criticizing myself, and he's the one that like puts me in place, saying like not to be so hard on myself and
Right.
whatnot. So yeah.
So when did you actually join the course?
I think I joined in like November of
20.
2020. Yeah.
Got it. And at the time of the recording, guys, July 28th, 2021. So it's been about 7 months. And talk to us about the timeline. So you joined the course in November. So the first step of Amazon journey is basically, watching the course, but the first major step is really product research. Tell us how you were able to find your first winning product and what was kind of you know, uh, just take us in your mind, right? Like, how did you find your first product?
All right. So, yeah, like I joined in November and then I started just watching your videos a lot, seeing how you validate your products. I tried to like validate it, but then in the back of my mind, like I knew that maybe I couldn't get behind like a home product, like an everyday product.
Mm.
So
Something that you're not passionate about.
yeah, exactly. And so I started thinking like and looking into the things that I am passionate about. And the product that I chose, it's like in a niche market that like I buy stuff for. So
Mhm.
I can see that like, oh, as like a mom, for example, like I see that when I'm trying to shop for my daughter, like they don't have this on Amazon. They just have like whatever my competitors have.
Mm.
So I thought to myself, like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to try it. Like the market's really competitive, but I think I'll just try it. And if it fails, it's okay. I learned from it and I'll just
Mhm.
apply what I learned to my next product. But if it does really well, then like, yay me.
Mhm.
Luckily for me, it's doing really well. And I'm getting a lot of good feedback on it. But yeah, like I'm glad now that like found, I went with a product that I'm passionate about. In terms of the timeline, I launched April 1st. And yeah, like from me deciding that I wanted to try that product to me searching like the design and everything, it maybe took like a month or two. And then having it shipped to Amazon and starting, like after that, everything just like went really quick.
Right, right. And I think so your product's in the baby niche so what you're saying is like for you're looking this for your daughter
Mhm.
and you couldn't find it on Amazon. You can find the special design on Amazon. Everything else is like very bland, very generic. It wasn't fun. You're like, you know what? I can do this better. So I want to do a better version of it. And you just contact the manufacturer. How was that process like? Have you ever contacted manufacturers in China before?
No, like I've only ever like bought stuff
Right.
from those types of websites. I've never like reached out and contacted them. So the fact that like your course has like step by step, like this is the email you can send them, this is how you contact them, like it made the whole process so much smoother and less like scary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how was that process? Because you're designing something that's kind of like it's not new, but the design of it is unique. How was that process like when it comes to actually creating a unique product from China?
It was really simple in my case, like, because all my competitors is just like the same design, just different colors, whereas mine is like different color and a different design. So, yeah, I was able to reach out to, I think initially like over 50 suppliers, and then I found the one supplier that like had really good quality, had a bunch of different designs that I was able to work with one on one. So, yeah, it was really simple.
Awesome, awesome. So when you launched on Amazon, I love what you did because uh, you actually built a Instagram page and you built some followers. And the day that you launch, I guess you posted on your Instagram page, "Hey, we're live on Amazon," and then a bunch of your followers went to actually go buy the product on Amazon. Can you actually tell us a little bit about that process? Like, how did you build the Instagram page? Why did you decide to build the Instagram page? And is this something that you feel like it's worth doing?
Yeah, so in my personal life, like I have my own personal Instagram page also that like some would consider a micro influencer page. So like I had experience with working on Instagram, like what kind of content to post, how to make it look good. And I've worked with brands as well. So like I kind of have an idea of like how to talk and reach out to
Mm,
influencers, how to give gifted products, etc. So that's why I decided to go with Instagram because I was really like familiar with it, but also because I had connections on there too. Because me being in like the motherhood
mm,
market, I guess, yeah, I had connections, so I knew that if I did go with this product, like at least I could reach out to these people to help me sell it as well if they
Right.
like the product. But yeah, did I answer your question?
Yeah, that you answered my
Okay.
question. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, so talk to me a little bit about your business now. Like the day that, by the way, how much money did you invest into this first product?
That's a good question. Maybe like 4,000.
$4,000. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not a whole lot. Um, and it's kind of crazy to think like you can start a business now with like under 10,000, under 20,000. Like four thousand
Hmm.
dollars is it's pretty crazy. Um, but anyways, I wanted to ask you how the business is doing now, and more importantly, like, can you share with us like the feeling that you get when you wake up in the morning and you look at your phone and you made money in your sleep? Like, what is that? What is that feeling like?
It feels like surreal. Like, because of my product, I decided for so long actually if I should do Etsy or Amazon.
Hmm.
And even like with Etsy, you have to do everything by yourself. And I did launch an Etsy shop as well, which is doing good. But yeah, the fact that like I just wake up and I can just scroll every like 5-10 minutes and there's like more money coming in, it's like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, I don't know, it just feels like not real. And it's like, it feels easy too.
Right, right. And um yeah, no, that's awesome. So I guess how much of money are you doing now? Like last time I checked in the Facebook group, you said $1,000 a day. Is that kind of consistent, or are you hovering between 500 to 1,000? Or
It ranges between like maybe 700 to 1,000.
oh
Like
wow.
700 maybe on the weekends because everyone's busy and they're
Mm.
out now, especially with COVID. You know,
And
leave,
how much of that would you say is profit?
profit about 30%.
Okay, so if it's $1,000 a day, you're making $300 a day in profit.
Hmm.
And by the way, that's in US dollars. You're Canadian, so that's worth
Yeah.
a little bit more than that as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what is the plan now? Like you kind of learned the first product, I would say, is always the harder one because everything was new. You're scared, you don't know if it's going to work, but you had such an open attitude, which I absolutely love. You had a supportive, husband, which I love that about him as well. I'll forgive him for calling me a scammer, but but what's the plan now? Like now that you kind of see this world, you're like, wow, I can do this, and this is real. Do you just want to launch more products? Are you looking to build a brand? And like, what's the bigger vision?
Yeah, like I'm looking to definitely grow the business and build a brand and launch more products. Actually, like a lot of the moms on my Instagram, they keep telling me like launch this, launch that,
Oh,
like
wow.
start selling this, start selling that. I'm like, I'm only me. Like
Yeah,
just wait. Wait and I'll get to it. But yeah, no, like I want to be able to grow it and see how far I can go for sure.
that's awesome. And I guess thanks, by the way, thanks for sharing like all of this with us. I think there's a lot of moms out there who feel like they're not worthy of success or they're scared of failure and they're just moms. They're nothing else. Like, in the Western culture, it's like the husband is the bread maker and so on and so forth. And the wives stay at home and take care of the baby and so on and so forth. Why I think that's the complete opposite. Like, not the opposite, but I think that's not true because actually some of the female founders that I talk to are the best entrepreneurs. Like they're so detail oriented. They have a very, very good sense of what the market wants. They have a good eye for design. They have so many great traits of entrepreneur, but they just don't believe in themselves. What would you kind of, if you were to sit in front of a room full of, mothers or just females in general who are so scared, like, can I do this? Can I do this? What would you tell them right now?
Ooh, I would, because I'm literally like in those shoes and in the beginning. So I guess what I would say is like, especially as a mom, like we're so busy putting our baby before us, our husbands before us, other kids before us, and we always put ourselves last. So, um, yeah, like if you're seriously considering doing this or trying and like investing in yourself, like I'll be the one to say you need to put yourself first this one
Hmm.
time, because yeah, like I am my own worst critic. Like my husband knows this way too well. That's why he's so good to me and he's so supportive. Um, but yeah, like it's better to try it and fail because sometimes, like for me, like I won't try it if I know I won't be good at it. I'll be like, no, I don't think I'll be good at that. I don't want to fail at that. So I'm just not going to try it at all. But yeah, obviously with that mindset, it's not going to get you very far. But yeah, I started Amazon like just learning and failing, but even coming back stronger is what makes it all worth it. And it's better to like step out of your comfort zone than to always stay in it and never reach your full potential.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, to sum it up, put yourself first. Just do it,
Yeah,
girl.
that's awesome. And like part of our course, we have a Facebook community. Can you talk a little bit about that? Do you find that valuable? The coaching calls, like,
Yeah, super valuable because one of the things that stopped me from ever like doing anything on my own is like fear of not finding the help that I need or like
mm,
fear of doing it on my own. So yeah, when I saw that there was the Facebook group and then you recently started the coaching calls, it's all been so helpful. Like whenever there's a question, like I'll just pop it in and I'll get an answer back and or we'll get like a tutorial in the coaching call and then also able to answer any questions I could too. Like everyone's really supportive of each other. It's really
mm-hmm,
nice.
mm-hmm, absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mary. I can't wait to see where you're going to take this brand. I think the fact that you have moms asking you for product ideas and all that, that's amazing. And I think with your, now that you've learned, you're on to phase two, which is like kind of scaling, you're going to face different challenges. But that's all part of the journey. It's fun and it's never stop learning. I'm still learning new things every day as well. So I'm really excited to see where you're going to take this brand. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I really hope that you inspired both moms and dads and just, males and females out there to take the leap of faith to start their journey as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really glad I got to come on and speak and share my story.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that interview. I have tons of other success stories similar to Mary's as well. Now, if you're interested in finally starting up your first e-commerce business, your very own e-commerce business through the power of Amazon FBA and my mentorship, click on the link down below right now to talk to someone on my team to see if it's the right fit for you.